Hello.
Hello, Kevin.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
After almost 2 years of
Not
silence.
podcasting. Silence.
Yeah, silence. Yeah, it's been a while. It's kind of weird actually to be back.
In a studio, having a megaphone in our faces.
Microphone, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, welcome back everyone as well. Whoever is still gonna listen to the episodes after almost 2 years of not being here. Whoever's left, shout out to you.
Die hard fans.
Yeah, or just surprised by a mistake. Click on play and.
Actually, we could probably name them. Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Our friend.
Yeah, they're gonna probably
maybe
listen.
Tufik still.
Maybe not even. But it's something that we wanted to do for a while. We never intended to stop, at least not that long. And things just happen. Life happens, and but it's something that we really enjoyed doing when we were doing it in the past. About 2 years ago. Well, the first 13/14 episodes that we have recorded until then, it was very enjoyable. And we thought, okay, now we had postponed the comeback for a while, and it was time to, we wanted to come back, to speak again behind the mic and have eventually new guests around and continue the conversation on.
Yeah, exactly what you said. It never was the intention to actually stop. We just got busy and we wanted to take a little break. I think this is how it started. Because you just looked it up, the last real episode that we had with Bloch in Utrecht was in mid-August 2021.
Yeah.
And I think in September you started your new job.
Yes.
21?
Yes.
I started in September 2020. So, but then with both of us having full-time jobs, and you even also having shifts, like you have still morning shifts and evening shifts, weekend shifts.
More difficult indeed, yeah.
Finding times that would work with us and with guests, made it more difficult. And then we just thought like, okay, let's give it a little break. And then the break somehow lasted for 2 years.
Yeah.
We did move houses also in between. So whoever is watching on YouTube can see that this is a new environment.
Yeah.
Still
the
old
same curtains. So it looks the same. Yeah, it looks the
same.
But it's a new studio in the top floor of our house, still based in Utrecht. Netherlands. So it's cool to have this finally in our home.
Yeah.
So that we can just go up top and eventually the goal is to be able to start recording quickly as well. So just click record and.
Because I don't know if we ever mentioned the old studio that we had was a place that we rented where you also had your offices, but it was not far away from our place where we lived, like 3 minutes bike ride, so really nearby. But was like a little hassle to go there, and also we always had to set up
hassle. It was 5 minutes away from the house
but
by bike.
Like Netherlands, rain, cold.
That's true. That's very valid.
And
point.
we always had to set it up. It was not just go there.
At the end, it was more set up, but since I started working there afterwards, then it was difficult because I had to change the setup of the table and everything. But anyway,
and you also had your monitors there. Well, exactly.
Anyway, not the most important thing.
We moved
the houses. Things are good. We are good.
We're super
happy and healthy.
Here.
Yeah. And
Corona is a thing of the past. I heard on the radio that
so good to not talk about this anymore.
On Friday, I think they stopped with the very last official tests by the government, and you can still get like a vaccination shot, but basically it's not recognized as a pandemic anymore.
Let's move on. It's just fuck COVID. It's gone. We move on. So talking about the running club, because it's still existing.
It's still existing.
Right?
We celebrated 3 years in the beginning of March. Existence of 3 years. Yep. We are still meeting every Tuesday, and we are meeting every other Sunday. Also because of Corona, we changed our schedules a little bit in between, but we are back to normal business. We are having constantly new people, and we have a big group of pacers by now. If I think it's about 12 people, maybe even 15.
Yeah. So pacers people are leading the pace groups that we have. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And on a regular Tuesday, I think we have something between 20 to 25 people showing up, which is I think amazing.
Yeah. I can remember the first year that was very, very chaotic because we started the very first training, the very first session on Tuesday in March 2020, which was right up before the pandemic. I think we had 2 trainings. Yeah.
Maybe 3, but
Maybe
yeah,
3.
it was really just a little.
And then it was just very chaotic for the next year or more. And then we really saw how the club grew very fast. And now it's a beautiful community full of amazing people. And it's nice. Now, for my part, I did take a step back. For whoever's interested in hearing this, because I decided to focus more on CrossFit, which is the thing that I'm doing on the side as well. And focusing more on that, to spend more time there, more focus as well. Decided to take a step back from the club and handed it to you. So over everything you basically took over everything.
Yeah.
Leading everything since
May last year, May 2021.
Yeah.
True.
22. Yeah. So, but it's cool to see how far the club has come.
Yeah.
And what's the potential, where it's going, and
No, I'm very excited about seeing new people joining us. Nearly every new week we have new faces, but also faces that are new ones and then coming back. So that's also like something that is very important to me, that people are not showing up and then we never see them again.
Yeah.
And I regularly also receive now messages via Facebook or via Instagram telling me people already in advance before they moved to Utrecht that they found our run club, that asking if they can join, what the procedure is, if it's for free, if it's also a regular question.
Mm-hmm.
And so doing some self-promotion, it is for free and for all.
That's the concept of running crews.
And it's really an amazing group, I think, for especially, I think we do have a big expat group there, since we are doing it all in English, and we are Utrecht, so quite an international city, but also having quite some Dutchies, which I'm very proud of as well, so that we are not only attracting foreigners, but of course the own die-hard Utrechters, of course, as well.
That makes me think, actually, do you know if the running junkies are also giving the training in English? I can't remember. We went once there.
Yeah, we went once there. I can't remember either, but I think it is in English.
I think it was, right? Because this was quite a big, Amsterdam is quite a big expat community as well. So, yeah, I can't remember, but I think it was.
I think so as well.
Yeah, anyway. It's nice. It's nice to see all of that progress and see that basically the vibe is still there. We managed to attract very cool people.
Yeah.
Never had any issues so far with any members. So.
Exactly. And pacers are also really amazing. They, with you stepping away, there were a lot of people that also stepped up and took more responsibility. Yep. I'm thinking of Vasilis, of Andre, of Blanca, of Till even.
Now you have to say everyone. You have to mention everyone.
Yes, I do kind of have to mention everyone. But like there were a lot of people that came up to me and said, like, I have a great idea about organizing an event. Let me do this, or helping out with creating our merchandise, like our T-shirts that we have.
Shout out to Say Sky.
Yeah. Very thankful for their sponsorship of our merchandise. Everyone is loving the T-shirts and the long sleeve. Still have some on stock.
That's great. Yeah. We do. You say sponsorship. We do pay for it.
We do pay for them, but they support us.
It's a support as well. Yeah. Just to make things clear. But we really appreciate it. People love the brand as well. And they enjoy having not only a great T-shirt, which is Say Sky, a great apparel, but also wearing the colors or the logo of the club, which is always nice. When you have, also now that we have a big group, when you see more and more people wearing the T-shirt, especially now, looking forward to the summer days when people are actually wearing just a T-shirt, right?
Exactly,
the season, and you will see more of those logos in the streets. That's really cool.
That's really like amazing. You are right. Like in the moment, we still have to wear jackets regularly because it's raining or it's just too change, like too cold outside. But when weather is just going to be right, we are going to start only wearing long sleeves or T-shirts. Last print version that we had, I think I had about nearly like a little bit under than 40 orders that I handed out with then the old ones. So like it's going to be massive. It's going to be a wave of Utrecht Running Project logos in the city. But also people love to wear it. I saw pictures, people taking them on ski trips or going for hiking in the mountains on their holiday. So Utrecht Running Project is everywhere in the world. And of course, wearing during races.
Yes, which is
because race season is back as well.
It's back as well. Yeah. Looking forward. Not to race, but to see the t-shirts because I don't run much anymore. No. But definitely, see those pictures afterwards on Instagram and everywhere else. That's cool.
Yeah, because you are not going to race, but you did do other very exciting things. You concentrated more on CrossFit, but not only that, you also did a CrossFit coaching course.
Yeah, so that's it's early to mention those things, but I did follow the course at my gym, Unscared CrossFit in Utrecht, that you probably heard about before in this podcast as well. The goal is to eventually coach there. So that's ongoing. Eventually, it will happen probably in the next few months. It's exciting.
But the thing everyone is wondering: will you come back to running?
I think running is always going to be somehow part of my life, my DNA as well. It's just that I've been more focused on CrossFit, especially because the last 6 months have been basically winter. When you're not running you don't have this motivation for running out in the winter is also more difficult. And when I had to make choices, it was always a choice for CrossFit or weightlifting. And whenever I had the time to go running or join the club or anything, it was either I'm lazy or just not in the mood or just rest day. So lots of good excuses.
Or bad excuses.
That's what I meant. But I mean, running is great. And I still admire the sport. I still enjoy it. The freedom you get out of running is still something quite unique. Now CrossFit has brought me a lot of different things that at the moment it's just, it's what I need. It's what I want. But definitely during the more enjoyable season, I'm going to definitely run more. More of the runs, maybe by myself as well. But for now, when it's cold, dark, and rainy, I will definitely want to go to the gym inside. And
I completely understand what you mean. But honestly, this is another fact why I really like the Run Club and also why I am now responsible for it. It's kind of like this pressure of being there every Tuesday. So there definitely have been countless times where I also thought like, oh, I don't want to go. I'm lazy. I had a tough day at work. Or it's just way too cold or too wet. But still, you're going, and always afterwards, I feel good about it. It's really enjoyable seeing the people and going together, having a chat, having a catch up with the people that you're seeing regularly. It's always amazing. There has never been a single Tuesday where I was like regretting going there. So so I can understand. I can relate definitely because I also am a couch potato at heart. I'm not signing up for races a lot. I'm more like the fun runner, enjoyable social runner. But especially that's why like the Tuesdays with the crew are just amazing. I think that's enough self-promotion, isn't it?
That's it. You heard it. No, it's true. It's the whole point as well. A lot of people are just coming to run as a group, meeting people, the social aspect, not necessarily the
training
performance aspect, which we also don't really provide.
No.
We used to do more intervals,
sessions,
more long runs as well, which those things have mostly disappeared, at least for now. But that's the base of the run crew is also the social aspect. And
sure.
I'm very happy in my gym.
I have to say, but this is also because marathon season is back, or like not marathon, in general, long races. And we have quite a lot of pacers that also do long distances and have to train that. So that's very beneficial for the club. But coming back to what is the plan? How are we going forward from here onwards?
Do we have a plan? I think the plan is just to not put as much pressure on ourselves.
Did we have a lot of pressure the last 2 years?
The thing is, I think I do because having been in the field of media production in a way, I want to make and produce something great. So for me, it has to look good. It has to sound good. It has to be interesting. Everything has to be perfect. Oh, I'm a perfectionist.
I remember like a post-it on your old desk saying better done than perfect.
And I stand by this. So this is also why now with the video that we are used to also record with 3 angles using our iPhones and in one camera. Now it's basically down to one camera that is here and recording, hopefully. I hope. And this is going to be the format for now. So that's going to be 1 wide angle on YouTube, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, depending on the material and the time that we have, but focusing mostly on the audio because this is where the listeners are. And YouTube is just a side thing that I like to do because I like the video aspect of things. I like to listen most of it to podcasts, but I also sometimes like to listen because some things need a visual, a visual to just see what's happening or see the faces, the reactions, depending on the podcast. I don't think this podcast is needing this kind of thing, but it's something that I like to do. So the goal, the plan is to streamline it. So basically make it easier now that we have, again, the studio live and functioning.
And also just set up at all times.
Yes, exactly. This is not moving anywhere. This is going to stay here. And hopefully we will be able to, again, keep on inviting guests and talking about things that we are still interested in, not things that we feel like people want to listen to, but at heart, we always want to understand or learn something and then share it with you guys. The goal is to basically go on with that, try to have people around from the club, maybe also that we can display a little bit our community and external people like we had in the past.
Yeah.
It was also nice.
I remember before we started recording the interview with Jake, he was actually asking like what the purpose is, how long we are planning to do this, like some kind of like a question in this way. And I remember us saying we would do it as long as we are enjoying the process.
Yep.
So I think this is still true until today. We did think about...
After 2 years of break, but we still enjoy it.
No, I hope what I mean.
Yeah.
But also, it did start to be, at least from my side, you had the pressure of a nice production. I felt a little bit the pressure of having interesting topics, constantly finding someone to invite, a guest that is also an expert of some sort in a field that is interesting to listen to. With now picking up the podcast again, we also talked about sometimes only having the 2 of us on an episode and discussing a certain subject. I put a lot of pressure on myself of always delivering something of value, like learning something and not only discussing a point of view. So that's also something we talked about this time, that in just maybe a conversation with the 2 of us or just friends of ours discussing certain topics.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's always something to get out of it, of conversation between people and certain topics that we can open up and discuss and debate. So yeah, definitely. Always try to have this podcast running related, sports related, somehow at least a connection with running or sports.
Or our crew.
Yeah, still running or sports. So definitely something that, we want to keep doing and explore. So we don't have any specific schedule in mind. We want to take it easy like you understood now, but we want to make it happen. So we'll be back with more. We don't know when, but we'll definitely be back because, we want to. And we're excited to explore new things with new people.
Exactly. And I think with that, we are already again at 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Crazy.
That's very good.
Yeah, just a little catch up with us where we have been, the podcast is not that, or at least not intentionally was for the last 2 years. And we are picking things up again.
Exactly. So I guess that's...
thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening for if you stick around and you came back or you're the first time listener on this episode, welcome back. It's good to have you here. We were going to talk about what was the introduction we did?
What was our slogan? What the crew...
we talk about running, general fitness, health.
And some random shit.
And random shits with people
with
from different
friends,
backgrounds.
Experts.
And friends.
Yeah, something like this. Actually, we have to get back to that.
We are. We'll be back. We'll be better. Yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you for sticking around. You can guys, of course, find us on social media. What the Crew podcast on Instagram, and always we love feedbacks. Hit us up, send us a message, an email, whatever. Give us a feedback if you have a question or suggestion for a topic or next guest. We are always
happy to hear. You can listen to this podcast, of course, on your favorite podcast platform, if it is Spotify or Apple Podcast, or what else do we have?
I think for now that's it, because we changed hosts. We are now on Spotify as a host. And we for now have, I believe, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, maybe one or two others like Amazon Music. Yeah. But mostly where the people are anyway. And you'll find us. If you want to find us, you'll find us. We'll be here.
Well, good that we finally did this, and goodbye.
Yeah. See you around. Ciao.